Hello, Hamza.
Hello, Jeremy. Before we start, I want to say apologize to you because I didn't join the last lesson. Why I didn't join? Because I had to go to hospital because of some reasons, and at the same time I forgot my phone in the house, and I had to work that day, and that's why I didn't join the lesson. And I want to say again apologize to you.
Oh, that's all right. I understand. Yeah, we all get busy. You know, I've had a lot of students cancel or just not show up, and
Mm.
I forgot. I didn't even know that you were one of them. Yeah. So don't worry. It's okay.
Yeah,
Um,
teachers, all teachers are important for me because you are giving information to learn something, and thanks to them, thanks to you, we are able to do something, right?
right. Yes. So yeah, we've only talked one other time. This will
Yeah.
be our second lesson, right?
Do you remember
Yeah.
it?
I do. You know, uh, now the I've talked with a lot of people. That's the thing with
Exactly. Yeah.
Cambly. I've talked with some people from Turkey, and you're one of them. Now,
The same. Yeah.
yes, can you remind me what do you do for work?
I am a nurse.
You're a nurse. Yes,
Yeah.
that's I remember you telling me that last time. Your work as
Actually,
a nurse.
it's the same usual. Once there are, as you know, there are so many people come to hospital, right? And one of them told me, "Do you remind me?" And I
Do
told him,
you
and
remember me?
you remember me?
Hmm.
And I told him, how could I how could I remember you? Because there are so many people come to hospital every day, day by day, and it's so difficult to remember you because he only saw me one time, and he accepted that I can remember him. I
Okay,
could remember
right.
him.
Yes, well, that's true. How long had it been? How long was it since the first time and the second time you saw him?
Yeah, that's it.
Was it a week or a
I
month?
think he told me uh, last month,
Oh,
one
right.
month ago.
Yeah,
How could
in
I
one
remember
month.
him?
Yeah, that would be pretty difficult to
Yeah,
remember somebody. Um, but yes, I remember the different conversations I've had, and
exactly. Yeah.
I'm putting the pieces of the puzzles together because I remember you told me you told me in the United States you talked with another tutor that said
Mhm.
something interesting about how some nurses are being sent home because the hospitals
Mhm.
aren't that busy.
Exactly.
And I thought
Yeah.
that was interesting. Like, there's a virus, and there's so many private hospitals that some nurses are not busy enough to come to work.
And
It's just very crazy.
some of them laid off. I said to you,
Yeah, laid
right?
off. Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately. But
Wow.
actually, once I wanna tell you my memorize maybe. I think it's correct. Memorize. Is that right? I have
Well,
memorized.
my
Yeah,
memory, or
my
you can,
memory.
I want to tell you something that I learned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you could say, I want to tell you something I learned. There, in the chat box. Ooh, I want to tell. Oh, let me fix that.
No, I lived something in the hospital, and I experienced something. No, for example, um, let me tell you, right? And after when I told you could, I want you to describe how can I use correct which which word is reasonable for this sentence for this.
Okay.
Okay. Once a patient, right? Actually, a parent come to the hospital, and he brought his child, and his child's. I'm sorry. His child has had epilepsy, right? He had epilepsy attacked, and
Right.
and I helped him, and I tried to help him, and I told him, you don't worry, you should be relaxed, everything under the control. If you need to be help from me, I can help you, and please rely on me, right? And I told him, he felt so relaxed, and he told me thanks. He thanks me, right?
Yeah, he thanked me.
He thanks to me. Yeah.
So here's he thanked me.
He thanked me. Thanked to me.
That's in the past. Yeah, he thanked me.
Yeah, and and then after 2 weeks later.
Yeah, 2 weeks later.
2 weeks later, a letter come to the nurse's room, the first room. I don't know. Is there this term in English? Is there the same term in English? I'm writing.
Okay.
Head nurse.
Head nurse.
Head nurse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Head nurse called me. Hamza, you have a letter from the management of the hospital, right? Someone wrote something to you, and someone thanked you because of this memorize, maybe this event. No, not
Right.
event.
They want to thank you for their good experience with the hospital, or good experience under your care.
Exactly. Yeah, I was going to say like this.
Right. So
actually, this is my answer.
Okay. So I'll type it. The letter said, or is it what the
Yeah, and
So-
I understood that if you had to people unrequited unfairly, right? And then you can feel so relaxed, so peace, because you have no expectation from someone. And according to researchers, when the people help them each other unfairly, and I think unrequitedly, maybe unfairly, maybe that might be called without money,
right, without money. Okay, so it's almost like hospitality, like when you're being hospitable to someone.
hospitable to someone, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. How can I describe this situation? And
so
I have a memorize, or
no, it's not memorized, because memorized is something you do when you're studying for a test. you want to memorize the definitions of words.
Okay.
So it's not memorized, but you can say, I have a good memory. I have a good memory. MEMO of helping a patient be
I mixed, which is
calm.
I mixed,
Okay.
which is noun, which is verb, which is anyway. Okay, I understand my lack of information.
Yeah, so you can say, I have a memory. I have a memory would be the way to explain it. Let's see, I'm trying to think of another thing, maybe a synonym for memory. I have a good, or I have a nice experience to tell you. You could say, I have a nice experience to tell you from work.
And by the way, I know we had one lesson, but I can say the lesson I like. I like talking to you.
Oh, thank you. Nice.
Yeah,
Thanks for the
it's so
compliment.
fun. Yes,
Good.
it's a compliment.
Yeah, so you can, before you tell someone your story, you can say, I have a story, or I have a nice experience to tell you from work.
I have a nice experience to tell you. I'm sorry. I have a
Yeah.
nice experience to tell you from work.
Yeah. So that's like a story. I have, yeah, those are two ways. I think the second one, I have a nice experience to tell you from work, or something. Another way somebody might say it is, last month, they might say when. So last month, I helped a patient. And it went very well. He thanked me later. Okay, so here's another, just very short. You could say, very short, last month I had a patient and it went very well. He thanked me later.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the short version of the story. But I like all the details. How you helped him to be calm, and that he needed to be calm because he had epilepsy.
I should have made this kind of sentence.
Right, but the details make the story much more interesting because someone with epilepsy, they need to remain calm, to help them through the episode. That's what they call it. Maybe like an epileptic. Oh boy, that's a big word. Spell epileptic. Whoa.
I can write, I think.
You can write it. Okay. Epileptic. Spell epileptic.
I won't respond to that.
Spell epileptic.
Epileptic. E-P-I-L-E-P-T-I-C.
Okay. Yeah, there it is. E-P-I-L-E-P-T-I-C. Good. So he had an epileptic episode. E-P-I-S-O-D-E. So that's one sentence. Like he has epilepsy, but he had an epileptic episode.
He had an epileptic episode.
Yeah.
By the way, have you ever seen Epileptic case. An epileptic case.
No, I've never seen one. I was at work once in a kitchen, and someone dropped a
Yeah.
stack of plates in the kitchen.
Uh-huh.
And I guess he was carrying the plates, and he had a little bit of epilepsy. I don't know what he did because I didn't see him, but I heard all the plates drop. And he was carrying a lot of plates, and they all dropped. And I think most of them broke. So, but that's what somebody said. Fortunately, the episode did not last long. So
Yeah.
I think somebody was just giving him like a bear hug to hold him, because in the kitchen there's a lot of equipment and things, and with broken plates on the ground, it would have been dangerous if he fell on the ground or hit his head on the table in the kitchen. So I think I remember that someone was holding him so he wouldn't fall over.
Exactly. Actually, you need when you see this kind of patient, right? Especially epileptic patient,
Yeah.
you should turn them their head side, right?
Oh, to the side.
And because his tongue, their tongue, might be turned back, right?
Oh, okay.
How could
Right.
you say
Is that if they're laying on their back, you should turn their head to the side?
exactly?
Okay.
Yeah, and when I think I don't know, I will not say this, and I'm sorry. And you should raise their feet to provide
raise their
oxygen,
feet.
right?
Ah, okay.
We do like this in the hospital. When the epileptic patient come to hospital, we give narcotic drugs there to them, right? To
Okay.
stop epileptic
Episode.
episode, or we use another word.
Okay. Yeah, what would be another word?
I knew it actually. A seizure.
Seizure. Oh, yes.
Seizure.
Yeah, a
Epileptic
seizure.
To stop epileptic seizure, right?
Yes. Okay.
I knew it actually, but I forgot.
Right. Yeah. So are any of these words similar in Turkish, like epilepsy or seizure?
We say nöbet, right? And nöbet, and we use nöbet, except that seizure and also shift, similar, as same meaning. We say
Okay.
shift and seizure. It means nöbet in Turkish. Two of
Nöbet.
them means equals same meaning in Turkish.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
For example, I have a brother who older than me. We call different ways, right? We don't only say their names. For example, thinks that you are my elder brother, right? And I called in Turkish abi.
Oh,
Yeah, you are.
is that a nickname?
Yeah, but many people, all Turkish people use it because languages shown country's culture, right? And in Turkish culture, in Turkish tradition, we describe something like in English. That's why, for example, you are my elder brother, or I can describe different things. For example, aunt and uncle,
Hmm.
right? British people or American people use uncle like, for example, my father's brother, right? Or
Right.
my mother's brothers. Is that right?
Right. Yeah.
And we call them two different words in Turkish. I mean,
Oh,
actually, yeah. And that's
okay.
why language is so different and so interesting to understand, and to understand other countries' traditions, right?
Hmm.
Cultures. And I really enjoying learn new languages. That's why I want to learn more information about English. And maybe after when I learn English, I want to try to learn other languages.
Right. So you could say, after I learn English, I want to learn another language.
I want to learn another language.
Yeah. After I learn English, I want to do you have any idea of what language maybe next? Chinese?
Chinese is so difficult
That
for
would be
me.
a tough one, right?
Yeah, and maybe German, right? Germany.
German. Okay. Yeah, so
Uh,
here's an example sentence. After I learn English, I want to learn German.
exactly.
Hmm.
But it depends on the situation, because if I want to work in there, maybe I will. But it depends. As I said, it depends on the situation, right? And we have a lesson today, by the way.
Yes. Did you want to start that lesson now? Oh,
Yeah,
there
it's
it is. Ngo lesson. I thought it was the Cambly lesson.
which
Okay.
one is better for me? I
Well,
think I like.
I like, well, I don't, I've never done the one on smart home technology.
Mhm,
Um, but I haven't seen the lesson that you've lark or owl.
mhm.
Okay. Have you read the article, lark or owl?
Before the lesson, I read quickly.
Okay. Yeah, well, let's take a look at it. I
Okay.
haven't read either one. The lesson that you brought or the lesson Cambly wanted to
Mhm.
do.
Then we'll see.
Yeah. So lark, on my browser it has this little thing. What is a
Mhm.
lark?
What lark um, is kind of bird. I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
right.
Actually, it's true, but the meanings in here, a person who habitually gets up early and feels energetic early in day. And for example, before when I got a job, I was a lark. I was a lark person,
Mm-hmm.
and I used to get up early, and that's why I feel I feel so energetic.
Right. Yeah, you're on an early schedule. So you're there's different ways to say that. You can say, like someone that stays up late is a night
Mhm.
owl, and someone that wakes up early, um, well, you can call them an early bird.
Yeah,
So both
actually,
of
we
them,
say in
you're
Turkish.
comparing someone to an owl or a bird.
We say in Turkish like this, early birds.
Oh, early birds, yeah.
Yeah,
Now, let's see. Pictures of a lark.
I think in
Here's
Australia.
Okay, it's an Australian bird because here it is.
Yeah.
There's
We say in Turkish serçe.
but in English they say sometimes they say that somebody is as happy as a lark.
Mhm.
And I guess those birds sound happy in the morning, probably. But they also say the early bird gets the worm.
Someone says, someone says, someone told me, I want to be free like birds.
Oh
And I
yeah,
told him,
free like a bird.
and yeah, I told him, if you want to be like a bird, you need, he is, he is, how could say, he is throw a crumble, right, to the birds,
Right. You throw some crumbs or bread.
throws some bread right to the birds, and I told him, you are supposing that they are free, but they don't free. They don't free because they need to your crumble.
Right. Yeah, they have to come back. Yeah,
Yeah,
just think if people feed the birds all the time, those birds that have babies, they might not know how to find food on their own. They'll just be
exactly.
dependent on the people feeding them.
And that's why I said to him, they don't free. They are not free. I'm sorry.
Hmm.
They are not free.
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, let's see. What happened to our article? I don't see it. I'll go back.
Okay.
There, lark or owl.
Owl. Yeah. I
Okay,
used
so
to
you
say
know what
owl.
an owl is, the
Owl.
nocturnal bird.
Mhm. And now I am an owl person.
You're a night owl? Look, here's the example
Yeah,
sentence. She really is a night owl. I've never seen her sleep before 3 a.m.
exactly like me because of my job actually. For example, I work for generally I work 16 hours. I work
Hmm.
for 16 hours,
Hmm.
and when I come back to hospital, time generally is 8 a.m. And after when I left, after when I leave the hospital, I sleep up to uh, afternoon, and that's why I therefore I don't sleep nights, and I can say me about me, I am a night owl.
Yes, okay, good. Maybe an easier way to say it is when I leave the hospital, I go to sleep. There, that's another way to
Short
say
of
it.
short.
Right. It's a little shorter, and sometimes, it's a little simpler to just say when I go to bed, when I wake up. Yeah, you can
More
start.
intelligent, yeah. More
Yeah.
intelligent guy.
So here we have another word, chronotype. Chronotype. A
I
person.
think the meaning of this might be, for example, my most reasonable time to sleep, right? For example, when I sleep noons, I feel so energetic, and I feel uh, I feel not sleepless, right?
Hmm.
Not sleepless. It might be sleepless, correct?
Or I don't feel tired.
I don't feel tired, and
Right.
I don't feel sleepy,
Yeah.
and this is my uh, chronotype, right?
Yeah. Right. If you know what hours are the best for you to sleep, then you'll have more energy during the day. So,
Exactly.
okay. Dictate.
Dictate to try to control someone, which is, or I can say instead of this sentence, first of all, I read the definition.
Yeah, you could read the
to control
definition first.
okay. To control the way in which something happens or to tell someone what to do. Yeah. And for example, when the people dictate someone, they try to control people, which what they want to do, right? You have to do this. It generally treats like this. This kind of people generally treats like this. You have to treat. You have to do this. You have to do this. And I want you to do this, please. Not say please. I want you. You have to do this, right? They usually use have to.
Right. There's no choice.
There's no choice. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah, so it sounds like you understand that word. Should we get started with the article?
Of course. Yeah.
Okay.
We should.
So would you like to read the sentences?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
Let me start then. Lark or owl. When it comes to sleeping hours, we usually divide people into two main categories, larks and owls. Larks are people who wake up early in the morning and go to the sleep at a reasonable hour in the evening. On the other hand, owls are people who spend most of the night awake and need alarm, right? Alarm?
Yeah, alarm.
Alarm clock to ring at least once in the morning before they are able to wake up. Scientists have discovered that each person's chronotype, right?
Yeah, chronotype.
Chronotype.
You know, it's chrono.
Chrono.
Yeah, chrono.
Chrono. I said like corona.
Yeah, like coronavirus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chronotype is dictated by the genes received from their parents. Therefore, we can say that being an owl or a lark runs in the family. Further studies have also shown that it would be better if school started later. Sometimes work or school schedules do not correspond with people's. Is that correct
Yeah,
pronunciation?
correspond.
Correspond with people's biological clocks. As a way to counteract this, scientists have claimed that it would be better and more efficient if companies made individual schedules based on their employees' chronotypes. Most healthy adults need between 7 and 9 hours of sleep per night to function at their best. Unfortunately, this isn't always possible to achieve with work and family commitments.
Commitments. Yeah, you said it good. So, let's see. Was it correspond?
Correspond.
And chronotypes. And counteract. Okay, good. Those were the three words. And great. Any questions on the article?
What's the meaning of contract?
Counteract. Counteract is, well, let's see, act against something in order to reduce its force or neutralize it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So counteract, sometimes when someone takes a drug, medicine for something,
Hmm.
they have to take another drug to counteract the side effects.
To break habits, right?
Well,
Maybe.
yeah, you know how every drug has side effects?
Mhm.
Like it might give you a headache,
Yeah,
and then you might need another medicine for the headache.
of
So
course.
if you take one drug, you need another drug
Hmm.
to counteract side effects or neutralize the side effect.
To break effects.
Yes, to break the
Okay.
side effect,
To break the
neutralize,
side effects. Yes.
counteract.
Okay. Okay, I see. There's no problem in up to you.
Okay, good. Any other questions about this, like biological clocks?
I know this.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
We say in Turkish like this, biologic science.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally same.
yeah. All right. Should we go to our questions then?
Yes.
So, what do you need, 7 or 9 hours of sleep to function your best? See that?
For me or according to the article.
Oh, for you personally, like everybody's different.
And I think I need 5. I need to sleep between 5 and 7 hours per day.
Oh, 5 to 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
6 hours is the best for me.
Yeah.
6
For
hour, I'm sorry, not 16.
six is, yeah, 5. It's right in the middle, right? But
Exactly.
yeah, for me, I think it varies because sometimes I feel like I need more, but then I can't sleep at night if I get more. It
Exactly.
takes a long time. So it's hard for me to figure out my own biological clock.
And
Um,
for example, before the uh, i- this year, right? I was going to the school before the virus, and I used to sleep. I used to sleep 3 hours per day.
wow, just 3.
Yeah, just only 3 because I usually wake. I used to wake up 6 a.m. and I go to the school. Uh, that it takes 2 hours to go to school. By the way, to go there,
Hmm.
and when I the school when the school finish time usually was 1 p.m. and when I
Hmm.
return home time was 3 p.m. and then not finished there, not finished here, and I used to go to the hospital again up to 6 a.m. for 14 hours, and then I used to go to the school again.
Oh,
I
wow.
Yeah, I had never slept for over 36 hour
Hmm.
in that time. 36 hour.
Wow. Okay, so did you take some naps though during the day?
No, I didn't.
No.
It
Wow.
was so difficult times for me.
I bet. Yeah, that would be difficult.
Yeah.
So now what kind of people are the lark and the owl people?
I can read the article, or
Sure.
I also know Lux people are get up early, and
Yeah.
when they get up, they feel energetic, right? And
Yeah.
all people all people go to the bed uh, lately. No, not lately. Late,
Yeah, late or late at night.
late at night, and when they wake up, they feel energetic, right?
Yeah,
Actually, I don't.
I
No.
think they feel energetic. It mentions sometimes, let's see, where was it? Oh yeah.
According to article, I think. Yeah.
And it says
Otherwise,
owls, they need alarm clocks to wake up.
mhm,
They need an alarm clock, maybe to get up for work or school.
exactly, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Ah,
All right.
okay.
So do you need an alarm clock to wake up in the morning?
I need. I
Yeah.
do.
Well, I think for work it's important because you don't want to miss work. You can't miss work if you're an employee or if for any work. It's a, yeah, it's too punctual. On the weekends, you can turn off the alarm and it's okay if you sleep a little too late.
Yeah, I experienced once, but uh, when I this that time I come back to the hospital. I came to home
Hmm.
6 a.m., right? And
Right?
I also need to I wanted to sleep only 1 hour because I had to go to the hospital after 1 hour, and I said to myself, okay, I should rest for 1 hour, and I put my phone near to my bed, and when I wake up, time was over 8 o'clock, 8 a.m.
Oh, how long were you
And
asleep?
it's only 2 hours, but I was late.
Yeah.
And I realized that my phone was closed.
Wow,
I,
it turned off. Maybe it
yeah, turned off.
restarted, like there was an update for your phone and it
Yeah.
restarted.
No, charge has
Oh,
finished,
it
but
died.
it
Oh, the
died.
battery died.
The battery died. Yeah.
One time I put an alarm to wake myself up before I was going to take a nap. I put the alarm, but I did AM instead of PM, and
Yes.
the alarm never went off because it was for the wrong time. I thought it was the right time. So now I tell Siri, because I have an iPhone, I say set the alarm for 5:30. And then she confirms. She says, "I'm setting the alarm for 17:30." So that's it. Now I just tell Siri, "You set the alarm." And she confirms.
Yeah, that
That work.
actually, I don't know how could I sleep for 2 hours because,
Right.
as I said, telephone charge died, and
Right.
actually I plugged the telephone charge, but uh, I don't know how to telephone turned off, and thank God I woke up
Hmm.
and I went to the hospital, and I told my colleagues I I stay how could say this, I'm late, I'm sorry,
Hmm.
I was late, I'm sorry, and uh, this kind of problems happened.
Right. So you could say, I apologize for being late.
I apologize for being late. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. Well, I'm glad you still have your job. Um,
Yes.
so how many, oh, what is a chronotype and what is it determined by?
Okay, I can find it. I knew it actually, but um, I'm sorry. Yes. Um, by the determined by the genes, right?
Yeah, by the genes.
And uh, discovered that each person's chronotype is detected by the genes
Yes.
received from their parents.
Yeah, chronotype.
Chronotype.
Yeah. So when you say the word, it's kind of like you're saying no. Like yes, no,
Mm-hmm.
chrono.
Chrono.
Chronotype.
Chrono. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, good. So there's our answer. And the third one, how many hours of sleep per night do most healthy adults need?
And they need sleep between 7 and 9 hours per day.
Yes. Good.
Because we talked about it.
Right. We already did. Okay. So here's what I like. Let's see. Do you want to make a brief summary of the article?
I think I should try it.
Okay. You could try.
There are some people that larks and owls. Larks people usually wake up early in the morning, and owl people go to the bed at night and late at night, and they need to set up alarm to wake up. Okay. Before they need to set up alarm to able to wake up.
Yeah, to be able to wake up.
To be able to wake up. Yeah.
Yeah. So here's another sentence. Some people go to bed early.
Mm-hmm.
They they don't need an alarm to wake up. There. They don't need an alarm to wake up. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
They don't need an alarm to wake up. And according to some research, that each person's each person's chronotype is detected by genes from their parents, right?
Yeah.
Their parents, their family, right? Maybe their father, maybe their grandfather. It depends, and that's why chrono, right? Chronotypes are depends on the patient or on the I said patient, on the people, right? Their genes, and according to the article, we can say that being an owl and or lark runs in the family. And
yes. Oh, I like that. Yeah, it runs in the family. I also wrote a sentence while you were talking. I put someone's sleeping habits depends. So let's see. Someone's sleeping habits depend on their chronotypes. But then you explained the chronotypes.
Yeah.
So their chronotypes. Okay.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
If you don't mind. Do you have an Instagram account? Not you disturb you. I want to follow. I want to make a friend, and
okay.
Yeah, that's why.
You know, I have tried Instagram, but I just deactivated it because I don't use it.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, I do have Facebook, and it's the same thing. I don't really use it.
Yeah, me
once
too.
in a while, I'll get a new email that says someone wants to add me as a friend, and I put okay, but I don't post anything.
Yeah, I do but I use Instagram
for pictures mostly.
Exactly, yes.
Right. Yeah, you can share your vacation pictures or your dog pictures, of your pet.
and
That's
follow friends. Yeah.
right. I think it's good for that. So you can see like, oh, someone got married, and
Yeah.
especially during the virus, because a lot of things, well, we're trying to keep in touch with our friends, even though we don't see our friends as often as we'd like.
There are so many people. There are so many this kind of people in this in during the
Y-
virus.
Yeah. Yeah, I've noticed that. Like I use WhatsApp. And do you use WhatsApp in Turkey?
Yes, I use.
Yeah, because everybody, all of
I
your
do.
contacts, you can see anything they might post. Like there's WhatsApp status,
Mm-hmm.
and you
I
can
do.
see it only lasts for 24 hours, but sometimes they might put a picture, and every day it's something new. And then,
Mhm.
yeah, anyway, that's about as far as I go with social media. Is just seeing what people are sharing on WhatsApp status.
Yeah, social media is good, but addiction.
Yeah. Yeah, it can be addicting because there's just so much. Like, they have and it's kind of entertaining. Some things are funny. And so I know with my wife, and she can like flip through all those pictures for a long time.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get in that habit.
It might be difficult. Okay, let me continue.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry to get so sidetracked.
No, we have enough time to finish it.
Yeah. Should we,
The last one, please go on, teacher. I'm sorry.
the discussion?
Yeah,
Okay. Are you a lark or an owl type of person?
mostly I am owl person
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah. Right.
um I usually I usually got to bed uh not early, late, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And the way people say it is, I'm a night owl. Or they add those two words, night owl.
I am night owl.
Yeah.
Are
Okay.
you night owl?
I am. But at the same time, this is probably bad because I work for a Chinese company teaching
Mhm.
English. I have to wake up at 4:20 in the morning.
Wow.
So I'm kind of both. I like to be a night owl, but I have to wake up at 4:20 to clock in and start working at 5 o'clock. And that's during the summer. During the winter, it's even earlier.
It might be more hard for you,
Yeah, so it's
harder
harder
for
for
you.
me. I can't do both. I can't be a night owl and work at that job. But I'm very good at being able to take a nap during the day. I can take a 2 hour or a 4 hour nap in the middle of the day.
Do you like sleeping, by the way?
But I don't like to do that because then I lose a lot of time. I lose a lot of day.
Mhm.
I'm either sleeping at night, sleeping in the day, or both. 4 at night, 4 in the day, and that's not good.
Yeah, me
When do
too.
you feel most energetic and productive? Is there a certain time of day?
I usually I feel I need to think. I still of thinking. Yeah, I feel most energetic uh, afternoon
In the afternoon.
in the
Okay.
afternoon.
After lunch?
After lunch, 2 hours,
2 hours
uh,
after lunch.
2 hours after lunch. Yeah,
Yeah. Sometimes after lunch, I start getting tired. If you eat
exactly.
a big meal, sometimes you're like, oh, it's hard to get up.
Yeah, I
Um,
avoid eating fast food generally. I try to feed healthy.
yeah. Yeah, I
and
think if you eat like maybe some fruit and some
uh-huh.
salad or maybe just a sandwich, but nothing too heavy.
Yeah,
Um,
I feel more energetic for 1 month because since 1 month I feel so healthy.
oh, good. And how many hours of sleep do you typically get per night?
Uh, I I sleep. I typically get yeah. I sleep typically, right?
Yeah, I typically get like
Huh.
5 hours of sleep.
I typically get 6 hours this time. Six
Okay,
hour get per day.
6 hours of
Yeah.
sleep. Okay. Now, I'm just going to double check with Siri. How do you spell typically? Okay, good. I spelt it right.
Mhm.
I typically get 6 hours of sleep. All right. And do you think that companies should create work schedules based on their employees' chronotypes?
Exactly, they should.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
had so
Yeah.
better.
I think, I was thinking, of course not. But if you work at a hospital, I think it's
Mhm.
important because, your work schedule is kind of demanding, but the job is very important. It's kind of like a pilot. Lives are at stake.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, if you're just, but like you said, your hours at work are like you work 18 hours in one shift.
Mhm.
Um, well, they need to maybe think about your sleep schedule. That's important.
Yeah, and you know, in the hospital, we feel so tired at night and feel so sleepy, and they don't allow to sleep, right? And
Hmm.
we only want sleep for 1 and 2 hours, but the management of the hospital don't allow to sleep, right?
Hmm.
I think that's why we so feel be careful. It's so important and so critical thing.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. So yeah, it might not be important for all jobs, but I think, yeah, that makes sense. Some jobs it would be good. And it
Yeah.
could be a recommendation, like I
Hmm.
don't think the employers would um, have to, confirm that you got so
Hmm.
many hours of sleep. But if you didn't have to go to work or study, what time would you go to bed and what time would you get up?
I would, uh, yeah, I would go to the bed early, and I would get up early in the morning, of
Yeah,
course.
I think I think if we didn't have maybe if or for me, maybe
Hmm.
I would just go to bed when it got dark, wake up when it gets light, especially if there was no electricity, like
Hmm.
200 years ago or before electricity.
Hmm.
That must be what a lot of people did. They would have to burn a little flame or have a fire, but they probably didn't stay up until midnight like people do now.
Actually, yeah, I agree 100%. After the industry, um, how could you say this? Industry dervish or
Industry,
industry
well,
industry times, right? Industry font,
yeah,
maybe.
before the Industrial Revolution,
Industry. Could you say that again?
industrial. Yeah, so I'll put
Indus-
Industrial
Revolution.
Revolution.
Yeah.
Okay, there it
People,
is.
people started to sleeping night. People started to working night.
Yeah, exactly. That's probably when it started, when they had electricity and factories that needed to make a lot of things. So
Exactly.
yeah, so I'm going to put so we have about 5 seconds.
Teacher, thank you for everything. I'll be here
Oh,
on
you're
next
welcome,
lesson.
Hamza.
Take care
Yeah.
yourself, please.